Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Karl It's from Olark, and welcome to another one of our webinars. We hope you've enjoyed the series this year. We're trying to provide you with better, actionable items that you can take away and use in your own business. And we're trying to cover different facets of digital marketing. Last week we were talking about setting up knowledge-based software for your business. This week we're talking about personalizing email campaigns. And we hope you're finding these useful, but as always, if there's ever a topic or something you'd like to see us covered, please send me an email, Karl, Karl, at olark.com. I'd be happy to work on something that's more helpful for you. But I think for our users, a lot of small businesses, small business owners and marketers out there are interested in how to get the most out of email. We get this question, I think it's something we struggle with at Olark quite a bit. How do we get the right email to the right person at the right time? How do we get them to actually click on this email that we've taken so much time to craft and put so much heart and soul into it? And so in talking to Daniel last year and again this year, I know his team over at SmartMail has got some really interesting ways to make that happen. And so it seemed like it would be helpful to get Daniel onto a webinar and talk a little bit about personalizing email campaigns and how to make the most out of the emails that you're going to be sending. Because, I know we're bombarded with emails, but there is still a lot of engagement that does happen in email campaigns, and getting the most out of them will have positive results for your business. So that's what we're going to cover today. And then in talking to Daniel, I realized maybe it'd be worthwhile to just spend a minute or two talking about a best practice on how to incorporate live chat when an email campaign goes out. So I'm going to do a quick upfront to cover that, and then we'll get into Daniel's presentation, and then we'll get into question and answer with the audience today. So we'll try to cover this in probably about 45 minutes, give or take, today. If you do have to drop off, feel free to drop off. We'll send you a recorded version, but we'd love if you stuck around and joined us live. Also, be sure to use the chat function if you have any questions as we go along today. I am going to go ahead and just do a quick screen share here. And what I'd like to show you is just a couple of slides that I put together, talk about some best practices when it comes to combining live chat and email. So these slides that I put together are kind of based on an article that came about as a result of a conversation I had 2 years ago. I met a woman who was a director of marketing for an insurance company, and she was using live chat in conjunction with her email campaigns as they were going out. Now, she didn't have a lot of resources at her company. She didn't have a dedicated developer who could add live chat to her entire website for her. So what she did is she came up with this method for adding live chat to just her landing pages. So that way she could build her own landing pages using certain tools I'll talk about. She could add live chat to those landing pages, and then she could use the emails she was sending to direct people to those landing pages. And by using live chat on those landing pages, increase conversions, signups on those landing pages. So this is the blog article that I'm talking about here. I realize that's a bit long. I'll drop this in the chat as soon as I'm done screen sharing. But you can read that article and get Jessica's method for doing that by going through the article. But the quick overview of it is, an email campaign is going to start by scheduling a timely, personalized email. Daniel's going to talk about this a lot more later, but when you have a new product or a new update or something timely that's happening that you need to tell your customers about, or you want your customers to sign up for, get a personalized email scheduled to go out. You might want to use, you could use a platform like MailChimp for that. I know that's an industry standard. We also have an Olark integration for MailChimp. But whatever it is, find a good platform that helps you send out an engaging, customized email. The second step for this would be to create a landing page. So we use two tools for creating landing pages. The one we really love is Unbounce. It's a pretty cost-effective platform. It gives you a lot of customization options. They actually also have some documentation on how to add Olark live chat to a landing page on their platform. It's really simple. It's the same process you follow to add it to your website, but you can add it specifically to a landing page you might build for an email campaign. Another platform you might want to consider is Hubspot. We also use Hubspot for some of our landing pages. It's a little bit more technical, a little bit more of an in-depth, sophisticated platform, but they also offer landing page design as well. So create a landing page that your email is going to point your customers to. This is just an example. This is a landing page that we actually built in Unbounce, and we were able to get it to mirror our homepage pretty closely. And you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner, that's an example of our chat tab on that landing page. So we built a really nice visible green CTA right in the middle of the page, some customer examples, some copy that will get you to sign up, but we've got chat showing on that page and it's a similar web experience to what you might get on our website. We built that in Unbounce. Again, great tool. Love the guys, girls that the guys and the women up there who build Unbounce. Check them out. So add chat to your landing page. You can do this in two ways. You can add it directly to the landing page. So most landing page will give you HTML copy on the back end. You can copy and paste your Olark code snippet onto your landing page HTML, and you'll get the chat tab there. Or you can create a targeted chat rule for that page. I can walk you through that if you'd like to know more about that. But essentially, you'd add it to your website. If the landing page is hosted on your domain, you'd add it to your website, turn on invisible Olark, and then use a targeted chat rule to only show chat on that one page URL. Happy to walk you through that. It's a little bit more in-depth process, but anybody on our chat team can walk you through it. So on the morning or the day of the email that's going out, so you create this email, you create this landing page, the email points people to the landing page, and then on the day that that email is going out, you're gonna wanna log into your chat either right before the email goes out or shortly after it, and you're gonna wanna monitor for people who are actually chatting to you from the landing page. This way you can reach out to people who might be confused about what you're trying to get them to sign up for or what you're actually trying to get them to do on the landing page. And by chatting with them in that moment, you can help them maybe, I don't know, ease their concerns and get them to sign up for whatever you're trying to do. Now, after that day of emails goes out, you're going to want to go back through your transcripts and see, okay, who actually chatted on the page to make a record of the people who came and chatted, if you got their name or their email address, and then cross-reference that against who actually signed up. So go back and look at the form on the landing page and say, okay, which of these people chatted but didn't sign up? That's what you're going to want to look for. So you got this list of chatters, you got this list of signups, you want to cross-compare them, and you want to find the people who chatted but didn't sign up. And what you're going to want to do with that information is, again, go back to the email provider that you're using, MailChimp, HubSpot, whatever it may be, and you're going to want to send a follow-up email to those people who maybe had a chat but didn't sign up, and you want to re-engage with them and say, like, hey, what was the issue? What could I have done better to get you to sign up? Was there something you didn't understand? Reach out to those people and find out, what was their problem or agitation or thing that was happening on the landing page, and maybe you can help them, help convince them to sign up for whatever you're trying to get them to do. So that's a pretty simple process. I'll post the link to the article again in our chat in this webinar, but email, landing page, live chat, and then re-engagement through email again on the end of that. Great process to follow. We'd love to help you out with that. Send me an email, karl@olark.com, if you're interested in doing something like that. And I also want to just give a quick shout out to a new changelog page that we've launched. So if you want to know anything new that's happening at Olark, go to changelog.olark.com. Bookmark that. You'll get to see all the new features like our new transcript search and some other functionality that we've built into the platform, and you'll be the first to know about those things that are happening. So hope you found that helpful. I don't know if there's any questions about creating emails, then creating landing pages in live chat. Doesn't look like there's anything in chat. So either I've wowed you with that information or it's gone over your head, and we'll follow up on email. So if there aren't any other pressing questions about that process I just explained, then we'll move on to talking to Daniel.